Okay, it's day 7, Sunday reading of the dictionary, the exercise, and in spite of nearly no views, I can see the benefit of actually uploading these videos on the internet, on YouTube, because it really makes me makes me focus and do it. Yesterday I was reading and I kind of switched it off halfway through, but then reading the rest of the page after I actually switched off the recording by accident made me realize that it's not so much fun without recording and much less effort goes into it, so it's like a good external motivation to read, to try harder, push through and do this even though nobody's watching it. So in case you stumble upon this video by some mistake, this is the reason why I'm doing it. I'm reading these pages to exercise my brain, and I use it as a some sort of sustained effort, long, don't break the chain Seinfeld method of practicing something and improving in some area, and this area is vocabulary, pronunciation, clarity of speaking, public speaking as well, and having control over the voice and how it carries the melody, the sentence structure, and removing all unnecessary sounds from it. Try to read in a way that is a bit interesting. So all these things go into it, and I'm trying to improve every day, and this is one of those days. So it's Sunday, week 50. Hopefully the camera will not switch off halfway through, as it sometimes does. I'll focus it one more time. Okay, camera says we are focused, and off we go. Article. An article is a piece of writing that is published in a newspaper or magazine. A newspaper article. According to an article, The Economist, the drug could have side effects. According to the article, many articles in many media mention that new way of inducing drugs is through a patch. You can refer to objects as articles of some kind. Articles of clothing, household articles. I went to the shop and there was a line of computer-related articles. Phrase: if you describe something as a genuine article, you are emphasizing that it is genuine, and often that it is very good. Emphasis. The market is flooded with fakes, so here are some how to spot the genuine article. There are many iffy products that are coming from China, but with China's development there are companies that started producing genuine articles, true quality, something that any company in the world would be proud of to show. The market is flooded. Okay, number 4. An article of a formal agreement or document is a section of it which deals with a particular point. Article 50 of the UN Charter. Article 17 Constitution states about how to vote in and out directors of a company. Number 5. Someone who is in articles is being trained as a lawyer or accountant by a firm with whom they have written agreements. They are in articles. Okay, in articles means they are being trained in articles. Oh, that's interesting. I think it's a pretty good saying or idiom. In grammar, an article is a kind of determiner. In English, a and an are called the indefinite article, and the is called the definite article. Collocations. Article. Noun plus article: journal article, magazine article, newspaper article, article read. So verb plus article: read article, write article, publish article. We have in-depth article and informative article. Synonyms to article: feature, a special feature on the fundraising project. Paper, he just published a paper in a journal Nature analyzing the fires. I disagree with Andrew Russell over his piece on British Rail. There was an item in the paper about him. Articled. In Britain, someone who is articled to a firm or lawyers or accountants is employed by the firm and is training to become qualified. He was initially articled to a solicitor, an articled clerk. Article of faith. If something is an article of faith for person or group. Oh, I forgot he articled. So it's this British thing, apparently. So article to a firm. He was initially articled to a solicitor. This accountant had 5 articled helpers who were learning the ropes of being an accountant. Article of faith. So if something is an article of faith for a person or group, they believe in it totally. For Republicans, it is almost an article of faith that this tax should be cut. Articulate. Okay, so article of faith. So in church, there are several articles of faith that all the believers have to abide by. Articulate. Articulate. There's the articulate, which is adjective. A verb is articulate. I love these words, the different pronunciation for different type of word. Articulate person, and I try to articulate something. It's fantastic. If you describe someone as articulate, you mean that they are able to express their thoughts and ideas easily and well. Oh, I like that. She is an articulate young woman. He spoke in an articulate way, which was so articulate that it was surprising even for the most articulate of the people in the room. When you articulate your ideas or feelings, you express them clearly in words. The President has been accused of failing to articulate an overall vision of foreign affairs. The monkey couldn't articulate what they felt about the banana taken away from them. If you articulate something, you say it very clearly so that each word or syllable can be heard. He articulated each syllable carefully. So to articulate something can be also a synonym of saying you pronounce something very clearly, because you say all the words, all the commas, all the intonation in the sentence very precisely. Articulated. An articulated vehicle, especially a lorry, is made in 2 or more sections which are joined together by metal bars, so that the vehicle can turn in more easily. Articulated car. When we hook up the motorhome behind a ute or a towing car, we actually create an articulated vehicle. Articulation. Articulation is the action of producing sound or word clearly in speech or music. The articulation of an idea or feeling is the expression of it, especially in words. This was seen as a way of restricting women's articulation of grievances. Artifact. Artifice. Artifice is the clever use of tricks and devices. Ouija photographs are full of artfulness and artifice. Yeah, I think I'll start marking these things again. It's just this kind of divisive thing, blaming horrible definitions and examples. That is just so unprofessional to put this political bias into dictionary. Artifice is the clever use of tricks and devices. Ouija photographs are full of artfulness and artifice. 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 This is a clever use of tricks and devices. Artifice. Ouija's photographs are full of artfulness and artifice. Alright, so artifice. The room was built with artifice and ingenuity. Artificial. Artificial objects, materials, or processes do not occur naturally and are created by human beings, for example using science or technology. Whole food diet free from artificial additives, colors, or flavors. The city is dotted with small lakes, natural and artificial. So artificial means to be made artificially, which is opposite of natural, and we can also say that art, although it comes from art as making something, art and artificial is related. So artificial is made by humans, just like art means created by hand. So artificial means created by hand. It's opposite to natural, grown naturally by nature. Artificially. Drugs which artificially reduce heart rates. Artificially. Drugs which artificial, okay. An artificial state or situation exists only because someone has created it, and therefore often seems unnatural or unnecessary. Removed from the artificial atmosphere of the fashion show, high fashion clothes often look cheap and silly. That's so true. Yeah, so artificial foods are not necessarily beneficial to human health over the long term. They might solve little burning problem immediately, but consuming artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, or any artificial additions to food, it's likely to have negative consequences for the health. Artificially. The subsidies that have kept retail prices artificially low. State subsidies that have kept prices artificially low. If you describe someone or a behavior as artificial, you disapprove of them because they pretend to have attitudes and feelings which they do not really have. The voice was patronizing and affected. The accent artificial. She came over and looked and behaved in an artificial way, which signals lack of genuinity. Lack of genuineness? No. What would you say? Lack of being genuine. Artificial insemination. Artificial insemination is a medical technique for making a woman pregnant by injecting previously stored sperm into her womb. Female animals can also be made pregnant by artificial insemination. The abbreviation AI is also used, so like artificial intelligence or artificial insemination. Artificial insemination intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a type of computer technology which is concerned with making machines work in an intelligent way, similar to the way that the human mind works. The abbreviation AI is also used. Artificial respiration is the forcing of air into the lungs of someone who has stopped breathing, usually by blowing through their mouth or nose, in order to keep them alive and help them start breathing again. She was given artificial respiration and cardiac massage. In hospital they have many machines for artificial respiration, which often save lives and keep people alive by breathing for them. Artillery. Artillery consists of large powerful guns which are transported on wheels and used by an army. Using tanks and heavy artillery, they seized the town. The sound of artillery fire. The artillery is the section of an army which is trained to use large and powerful guns. The artillery uses large powerful guns in order to protect their borders. The artillery was pulled on trains during World War II, but often those tracks were blown up by counter forces. Artisan. An artisan is someone whose job requires skill with their hands. Artisan. Artist. An artist is someone who draws or paints pictures or creates sculptures as a job or hobby. Each poster is signed by an artist. It's not a good artist. I'm not a good artist. There were many artists lined up alongside the bridge. They were selling the art as well as painting it to show the authenticity of the art to the potential buyers. An artist is a person who creates novels, poems, films and other things which can be considered as works of art. His books are enormously easy to read, yet he is a serious artist. Sometimes it is an art to write a book in a way that is easy to read. An artist is a performer such as musician, actor or dancer. A popular artist has sold millions of records. Now many it was not known about him. On the surface he was a serious engineer, but in his heart, at home, in his private life, he was a fantastic artist, which was fantastic anonymous artist, revered by millions of people. If you say that someone is an artist at a particular activity, you mean they are very skilled at it. He is an exceptional footballer and artist. Many people thought of him as a plumber, but really he saw it as an art. He was really an artist because each of his installation was a work of art, and he took enormous pride in the symmetry, quality, the ingenuity of his work. Synonyms: artist, artisan. It's great to work with local artisans, craftsmen. The table in the kitchen was made by a local craftsman, a master. A portrait by the Dutch master Vincent van Gogh. Artist. An artist is a professional entertainer, for example a singer or a dancer, a cabaret artist. Interesting, so artist and this artist sound pretty much the same. Artist. Okay, so this is artist and this artiste. Cool, artiste. So artiste is a performer and entertainer. Artiste. Okay. Artistic. Someone who is artistic is good at drawing or painting or arranging things in a beautiful way. They encouraged boys to be sensitive and artistic. Mary got it all so nice. You remember how artistic she was. She always was with colors. People with autism can be very artistic and often are. And for people with high function autism, the public doesn't see that autism if they're not familiar with it, and they consider their products they produce as an art, just like Andy Warhol. Artistic means relating to art or artists. The campaign for artistic freedom, the 1300-year-old artistic traditions. he purchased artistic books and started doing art and selling it on Facebook Marketplace. Artistically gifted children. Artistically, the photographs are stunning. An artistic design or arrangement is beautiful. An artistic arrangement of stone paving. Artistically carved garden ornaments. See also feature on fine art. Okay, so artistically. The stones in his front yard were arranged so artistically that all the passerbys were turning their heads to look at it. Artistry. Artistry is the creative skill of an artist, writer, actor or musician. Portrait sculptors of considerable skill and artistry. Cool, I'm finished. Page 75.